Hey everyone! Thank you for coming to the party. I'm so excited to have you all here. I am Megan and I am your Usborne Books and More book lady for the night. I have been with Usborne Books and More since April of 2017. I hosted a party a couple years before. My children fell in love with the books. Every time I would ask them to go get a book off the shelf, it was a UBAM book they picked. And I'm not even joking. I'm not even just saying that because I'm a book lady. That's really what happened. So I knew there was something special about these books. I decided to become a book lady so that I could get these books at a discount for my family and maybe make a little extra cash to help with the bills and things like that. So anyways, all that said, almost 4 years later, here I am, your book lady for this party. I'm really excited that we've all been invited here, and I can't wait to show you inside some of my favorite books. I've kind of just grabbed a variety for all age levels, and I'm looking forward to showing you what we've got. First, I'm going to start with our little bitty babies. So this one is one of my favorites. It's called Crinkle Pets. You can see that it is black and white, so it's easy on baby's eyes, with some bright muted colors, for whatever sense that makes. But it crinkles. We've got the crinkly pages, and then some of the little flaps are also crinkly. It's just so cute. And if you're careful, I think you can set it up or balance it against something. And then this could be used for tummy time with your baby too, so that would help them lift their head. It might entice them to start crawling. You just never know. But this is a great book to have in the car, or wouldn't recommend bringing it to church or to a show of any sort. I don't know why you'd bring your baby to the theater, but maybe you do. But this is a great one to have just when baby needs something to hang on to, because it is surface washable and it's cloth and it's soft and it's pretty. It's just one of my very favorites. So this is Crinkle Pets. Your newborns would love it, and I highly recommend this one. Next, we have a book that's fairly new. It's called Tummy Time. And this is Tummy Time on the Farm. So you can see we have a sweet little red barn here. This triangle. There are flaps on this page, so an older baby can play with it, or really, you know, any baby. Here's another one. It's a door. A chicken. Super cute. But on this side, we have a little mirror, so baby can look at his or herself in the mirror. And what little baby doesn't like to look at another baby's face, even if it is their own? On the inside, we have counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 5 apples here. That's what that's about. And over here we have colors and animal recognition with this sweet little cloth story on the inside. So this book really has a lot of different things that you could do with it. A lot of it just will get a lot of wear and tear in your house. And it's a cloth book, again, surface washable, great for little ones, and perfect as a baby shower gift. So that is Tummy Time, and this is the On the Farm. Next, I have one of our brand new storybooks for little hands. I love this book. It's called Baby Bear, and it's got great illustrations. The illustrations are so adorable, and the colors are so pleasing to the eye. They're nice and muted, but they're still lovely colors. Baby Bear has a feeling today is a big day. There's a smile on his face, and he's ready to play. The woodland leaves are fluttering down, but where are his friends? Is anyone around? So you go through, and you've got these nice, sturdy, thick pages, and he meets all of his friends, and he's trying to help, but everyone's just kind of like, Bear, no, I got it. You can go on ahead. And in the end, it turns out that they all wanted to have a nice surprise for Baby Bear, so they all gathered together to hang out with him anyways. So it's a pretty sweet book with an actual story inside, and it is itty bitty bite size for your tiny babies. Love this one. Next, I have Usborne's baby's very first mix and match jobs. So I love this book because of the bright colors and the different jobs that are inside that allow you to kind of just identify different people, different helpers, and people in your community that you might see. But then you can name the animals, you can look at the clothing and the colors, and name other things like bird, train, clock. But what's really fun about this one is your little one can work on their dexterity to turn the half pages and mix up all the jobs. Let's see. Look at that. Have you ever seen an astronaut businesswoman before? Well, now you have. Or how about a farmer mailman? Maybe. So these are pretty fun. Keep your little one giggling and laughing and looking at all the bright colors. That is baby's very first mix and match jobs. We also have books like this for older kids. I'm going to grab one really quick. It's right behind me. Called Muddle and Match. So the Muddle and Match farm animals. These ones are super cute. They talk about each character and they have alliteration. So Clever Clover, the cunning cow, catches Connor, the clumsy cat, as he clambers carelessly on a cactus. So then from there you can muddle and mix up the whole, whoops, how is it that I managed that? Mix up the whole story. So then you have Clever Clover, the cunning cow, rumbles around the rowdy radio. What? Rumbas around the rowdy radio, which she hands over to the hungry horse. So that's really fun too. But this is the first introduction to that. So we have both of those. This is a brand new book. Again, it's a board book, perfect for Valentine's Day. So order it quick if you need a gift for your little Valentine. The Sound of My Heart. So on every page, there's a little soft felt heart. The sound of my heart. Down in the burrow, snuggled up tight, little Bun and his mama settled down for the night. The blanket was soft and the bed was so warm, but outside the burrow, whoo, whoo, went the storm. So this is a reassuring bedtime story that deals with little one's fears and shows a parent's love is the best comfort of all. Again, the beautiful color. I just love these colors. And I love that there's this soft little heart on every page, just showing that love is always the best kind of comfort. It's a sweet, adorable little book, perfect for your little Valentine. Or your little baby any time of the year. It doesn't just have to be Valentine's Day. Lift the flap, play hide and seek with Zebra. Let's play hide and seek. Lion, where are you? Here I am. This is a very first introduction to our flap books, which Usborne is known for. Great for your little ones. A fun little game of hide and seek with all of their friends. That is the Lift the Flap, Play Hide and Seek with Zebra. I love these books. They're really fun. Next, I have Don't Tickle the Lion. You might make it roar. On the back, there's an on and off switch. Looks like this one's already turned on. So you open the page. Don't tickle the lion. You might make it roar. Wow. Did you hear that? Don't tickle the zebra. You might make it giggle. What a fun surprise for your child as they go through the book, hearing the sounds that these different animals make. And then at the very end, oh no, now look what you've done. Get to hear all of them. And have a little dance party. The sounds and the colors and the illustrations of this book will delight your little reader, and they'll be begging for you to read it again and again. Highly recommended. We have several titles in this series, so if lions aren't your thing, there's certainly another animal that might spark your interest. One of our brand new books that I have been waiting for is from the Little Helpers series, Laundry Day, Sort and Play. So here we have a washing machine, It says to play, sort out the fuzzy felt clothes and choose what to wear. Then press and smooth the pieces into position. Whir, beep, beep, the laundry is clean. Come on, little helpers, let's open the machine. We'll carefully pull out the colorful clothes and fill up the laundry basket. Ready to go. I'm just gonna take a few out. So you've got these pieces. I'm gonna set them down in front of me. And then there are felt marks on each of these pages. So the big things go on the bottom and the smaller things go on top. So you can help hang up the clothes. How fun is that? And then they have here, let's sort the 4 socks to 2 matching pairs. The long red ones go here. I have those. And the short gray ones there. My short gray ones are here. So you can sort them. How fun is that? It kind of helps your kids decipher colors and the different shapes and sizes of clothing. There's hooks for hats and cubbies for shirts. And then at the very end, I'm gonna need these. At the very end, you have the opportunity to dress your friends. So here, this one's gonna be a little girl in a skirt because she's gonna have this outfit, which I would never put stripes and dots together, but she does, and it's lovely. So this is a great book that allows your child to have fun decorating, sorting, and just playing with the laundry. And then when you're all done, you store the pieces right back in here. And it closes up. Such a fun book. Highly recommend this one, as with most books, but this one is so fun. And I think your little one who wants to do exactly as they see mommy and daddy doing, would love this book too. Next, I'd like to show you inside one of my favorite series. This is the Big Book series. And this particular one is Big Book of Big Animals. My children loved this book when they were little. It's got awesome illustrations and plenty of tidbits of information that are easy to digest. But look at this. Check it out. This giant fold-out page. And here you see this is supposed to be an adult diver. That just shows you the enormity of this animal. The fold-out pages offer your child the opportunity to lay down on their belly and fold the page out and just look at all the things. So if your kid is too little to read what's written, you can either read it for them or just talk about what you're seeing on the page. Look, this is an ostrich. What do you notice about the ostrich? Are his legs short or long? What color are his feathers? Things like that. On every page, you can just use the illustrations to help you teach your child about noticing and observing things. And then as they get older, the tiny digestible bits of information will be really, really great to teach them about the animals they're looking at. We have books like this about dinosaurs and tractors and big machines, colors, Spanish words, numbers, you name it. There's a big book for everything. This is an awesome series, and I highly recommend it for kids ages 2 through really adult, because there's so much to learn. So these books really will be amazing with your kids if there's a topic that interests them. This is a brand new little series that we have. There's only 2 books in it right now, but it is called The Wrong Fairy Tale. This is Jack and the 3 Bears. So Jack and the 3 bears. The 3 bears are going to go out for their morning walk while their porridge cools, but then they see the giant beanstalk. Little baby bear goes up the beanstalk and they shout, "Come back, come back, come back." So they get all the way to the top and they find Jack. He's making his 3rd visit to the castle at the top of the beanstalk, and he's trying to get the golden goose or hen, I guess, that was laying the golden eggs this time. And then he hears the giant coming, but when he's about to go outside, he runs into the bears. Well, the bears decide to try to help. So together they evade the giant. See, because they fed him so much food that he got tired, fell asleep. And then they run out and they run down, 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 down. And Mama's waiting there at the bottom to chop it. But Daddy Bear brings his chainsaw instead. Gets the job done real fast. They defeat the giant. And they all live happily ever after, even though it was completely the wrong fairy tale. These books are so much fun. The other one is Goldilocks and the Three Little Pigs. She ends up running into the Three Little Pigs story, and you know that story. But what happens when Goldilocks is in the Three Little Pigs? You'll have to get it to find out. These are really, really fun. We have several books in this series. I like the outdoors. What jobs are there? I would have done anything to have a book like this when I was a kid. Just to be able to know. I like animals. Well, I know I could be a vet, but that's all I knew about in the 90s when I was growing up, 80s and 90s when I was growing up. So a book like this really would have been helpful to me. You could be a marine biologist, a travel writer, a geologist, a wildlife officer, ski instructor, sailing instructor, civil engineer, botanist, search and rescue coordinator. These are all things that you could do outside. Wildlife officer. It walks you through a day in the life, what they do, the things that they get to do. And then at the bottom, I love this. My job, best and worst parts. The best is the outdoors is my office, and I love it. The worst, I'm on call 24 hours a day. So I often get called in at night and on the weekends. So that would be a bummer. You do the same thing for every job. There are the best and the worst parts. Here, campsite manager, is just really great. So we have, I like space, I like art, I like animals, and I like the outdoors. And those are the ones that we have right now. So if you have a curious kid who has a very favorite topic and it fits into one of those, then I recommend this book for you because it will help them out when they get into junior high and they're forced to decide what they're going to do for the rest of their life, because apparently that's a thing. We have these books. This is the sister to our all-time bestseller called All Better. It's a book about 5 friends who get boo-boos, and you use reusable sticker Band-Aids in that book. I couldn't find my copy, so I'm showing you this one because I like this one too. You use the Band-Aids to cover the boo-boos and make everything all better. This one is called Time to Brush. And again, it's got 5 reusable stickers. All the stickers come with their own place. And it says, 5 toothbrushes for 5 friends. Everyone needs to clean their teeth when it's time to brush. So many carrots. Rabbit is very hungry. He's going to eat them all for lunch. But after lunch, it's time to brush. So you go to the front and you find his toothbrush. And you brush back and forth and up and down. Clean, clean, clean. And then you can stick it right in there and he can hold it. How fun is that? So next you've got elephants, and really you can use any of these, but I like to try to match them. Matches this bath towel. So look at all the bubbles. Bath time is elephant's favorite time, but after bath time it's time to brush back and forth, up and down, clean, clean, clean. And I think elephant holds the toothbrush with her trunk. It's kind of fun. You get to just decide how elephant's going to do it. So you go through and there's a toothbrush for each of our friends. And at the lion's got a big, big mouth of teeth. At the very end, every day and every one, we take our time and get it done. It's fun to brush back and forth and up and down. Clean, clean, clean. So you've got characters from the other books that we, look at Pig. What a mess. Really is a pig. We've got characters from the other books that you will that you'll be able to recollect when you see them on this page. So these are really fun. Kids go absolutely crazy for the reusable stickers. The great part about them is that if they get unsticky, all you have to do is take the sticker, run it under some cool water, and gently rub the debris off the back. I just had one. Actually, my carrot one was really yucky right before this. So I rubbed the debris off under some cool water, and then you let it air dry, and it's good as new. So we just had a brand new one that deals with casts. So it's all about making everything Good as New is actually the name of that book. So you can put a cast on all the broken animals parts. It's really fun. Kids love being able to make their friends and their books all better. Next, I'm going to go into some chapter books. I didn't grab a ton of them. We have chapter books ranging from age 4 all the way up to young adult. So if there's a specific topic that you're looking for, feel free to message me, and I'm more than happy to show you inside some of those books or make some recommendations for you. But this is a brand new series. It's called Freddy's Amazing Bakery. And I'm looking to see if they go in order. I don't think they do. So this is Freddy's Amazing Bakery, the Great Raspberry Mix-Up. Born to bake, happy to help, Freddy Bonbon is the most amazing baker in town. So when the Belleville Cake Competition is announced, everyone wants Freddy to win. Everyone, that is, except for rival baker Bernard. So you can see, that the text is easy to read and there's pictures on every page. This is something I would recommend probably for a second grader, second and third grader. Bernard will go to any lengths to make sure Freddy's showstopper cake is a raspberry blowing disaster. Oh no. So that is Freddy's Amazing Bakery. That's a fun book, and it's about a boy who's a baker. So that's kind of cool because normally you hear about moms baking, but this kind of is a nice way to show that boys bake too. So that's kind of our chapter books. We also have the illustrated originals, things like Anne of Green Gables, Little Women, Heidi, The Wizard of Oz. We have Around the World in 80 Days. We have books like White Fang, Black Beauty. There's tons of them. I read this with my daughter and we fell in love with Anne when neither of us had ever read it. So there's not a lot of pictures. So she did coloring while I read to her and she got to imagine in her mind. But when there is a picture, it is divine. So there's about 2 pictures in every chapter. Usually, see, there's one. And they are all the classic books that you grew up loving and that your children can grow up loving as well. But they have these beautiful, beautiful illustrations that just help you really imagine what's going on better because you get to see it. So those are the illustrated originals. I love these. And if you have a child that will be able to sit and listen, Abby was in, well, it was the summer after first grade when we read this together. So if you have a 6 or older who would love to read with you, then I highly recommend these. And the things that I love about these is that if you have a high schooler that hasn't read any of these classics, these are books that are great to sit and read with them. I know it seems silly, but when you read together as a family, especially with your high schoolers, maybe they can take turns reading with you. You make memories. So there's memories, you know, because of things that you both laughed at. There's a line in this book where Marilla, Anne's adopted mom, says, "Anne Shirley, what are your eyes bugging out of your head about now?" And so I always say that to my daughter, and both of us turn and giggle. Or sometimes she'll, when I'm like astonished about something, "How dare you?" She'll go, "Anne Shirley, what are your eyes bugging out of your head about now?" And we just laugh. So even reading with your older kids, you create family inside jokes, you create memories and special time together. And I bet you when your child, your teenager grows up and has a child of their own and they're reading to their child, they'll think back about the time they spent reading these books with you. So these are great to do that with, to share with your family. I'm going to breeze through a couple more and then we'll be all done and we can head back to the party. Forgotten Fairy Tales of Kindness and Courage. This is the 3rd book in our Forgotten Fairy Tales series. We have Forgotten Fairy Tales of Brave and Brilliant Girls and Forgotten Fairy Tales or not fairy tales, Brave and Brilliant Girls from Around the World is the second book. So this is Forgotten Fairy Tales of Courage or Kindness and Courage. This is the brand new one. We have books inside: The Prince in the Tower, The Cuckoo Clock, The Girl in the Book, The Princess and the Goblins, The Water Babies, Amelia and the Elves, The Ruby Ring, and then about the stories, and there's a foreword in here from the author. These books are often not focused on the "and they lived happily ever after," but they're more about showing, in this particular set of stories, the kindness and the courage of the characters inside. It doesn't focus on true love and the fairy tale of being swept off your feet, because we all know that that's not real, right? It's not to say there isn't love in these stories. It's just presented in a way that makes it a little more realistic. Girl, go out and live your dream and do what makes you happy. And in the meantime, you might find somebody and fall in love with them. But the prince probably isn't going to come and sweep you off your feet. So maybe here. Just kidding. So these books are really, really great. I read them with my son as well, even though the first two are about girls. I think it's important for him to hear about brave and courageous women. And it's important for my daughter to hear those things too. And he loves the stories. It doesn't matter to him if it was a boy or a girl who did it. The stories are magnificent and fantastic, and he loves to hear about them. And so I think we just kind of need to normalize that a girl can climb a mountain and slay a dragon just as easily as a boy can do it. And if we just normalize that and make it so that anybody can do that, then that's a great thing. And our storybooks definitely do that. And I say that because in a lot of books, the girls are being swept off their feet, and it's the boys that are doing the amazing feats. And I just love that these books present those same stories in a different light, and they're not glorifying one or the other. They're just presenting it from a different perspective, and I really appreciate that about these books. So that is Forgotten Fairy Tales of Kindness and Courage. I'm going to show you inside one of our graphic novels. I know a lot of you probably have 8 to 10-year-olds or older who just don't love reading, but graphic novels are a great way to get your children interested in reading some of these classic books. So I have Robin Hood here. It's the story of Robin Hood. It is not the Disney version. It is the real traditional version of Robin Hood, and it's condensed into a graphic novel. So you see, it's the story, but in a way that makes the pages not overwhelming for your child, and they still will get to grow and grow to love the story and understand what's going on. So far, I have read The Odyssey, Jason and the Argonauts, The Three Musketeers, King Arthur, The Wizard of Oz, and Alice in Wonderland with my children. My daughter just finished reading Robin Hood with my husband, and I am reading Thor with my 5-year-old son right now. So we have all kinds of these books. I think there's 12 of them, and they are all classics. It's just a really great way to introduce children to those stories, because when you look at Macbeth or Robin Hood as a novel, it's so overwhelming. It's a great story, but a 10-year-old is not going to want to read a novel like that. However, if you can get them to read this and they like it, maybe later down the line they'll pick the novel up and get the whole story, and they might like that then. So I just really, really love these graphic novels. I think they're amazing, and they're only $10. So, or you can get a whole set of them. There's the option to buy the whole Graphic Legends library. Last couple things I'm going to show you are our activities. I just have a couple here. We have our magic painting books. This is a newer one from an Usborne Unworry book. We have a whole series of Unworry and Unhurry books, just to get children and adults to just slow down and do a little self-care. So these are Paint Yourself Calm. All you need is water. They come with a paintbrush, which is taped into the book, so I'm not going to tear it out. But you take the paintbrush, you dip it in water, and the paint is already here on the page. So you just, every time you see a change in the pattern, dip your brush, clean it off, and there will be a brand new, beautiful color waiting for you to paint it. This particular page, let me show you. This particular page, I was like, oh boy, what's that going to be? It starts with reds and then goes into like a purple, and then it turns into blue, and then it turns into green, and it's so pretty, the finish. It's like red, orange, yellowy, or no, it starts with like yellow, and then it goes orange, and then red, and then it turns into purple, and then black, and then blue, and then green down at the bottom, and it's beautiful. So these are really, really cool. It's fun to just watch the colors magically appear on the page, and when you're all done, you just feel centered and relaxed. So I always buy the magic painting books for myself. I always get two, one for my kids and one for me, because I love to do them. Next, I have stained glass painting. We have four books in this series, I think. We have, let's see, princesses, mermaids, animals, monsters, unicorns, and dinosaurs. So there's 6. I knew I was missing some. So you've got pages of this, you know, tracing paper that's see-through. You take your colored pencils or your markers. I recommend colored pencils because when you hang it in the window, the sun will fade the marker, but you can use whatever you'd like. And you color the picture. And then it has this nice flap underneath that you can put there so you can see what's going on. And then when you're done, you rip out the page and you tape it to the window, and it looks like a beautiful stained glass work of art that you created all on your own. Again, I buy 2 of these, one for me, one for my kids. So much fun. I loved the stained glass color and create books. Last one I'm going to show you is the Never Get Bored series. We have tons of books like this, and I believe you can buy them as a collection. Don't quote me on that, but we can look if you're interested. The Never Get Bored series, and this is draw and paint. So I guess we're in a painting and drawing adventure today. So feeling bored, then find your drawing and painting things and give these boredom busting techniques a try. Doodle big birds on lots of pieces of paper. Squash painting. I love how they squashed it and then they turned it into a butterfly here, and this one they turned into a yucky bug spider thing. So it kind of gives you all kinds of different ideas of things that you can do. This is find inspiration, free your mind. It walks you through meditating for a minute. This shows how you can create really, really cool patterns and pictures by using the same shape over and over. So this is a great book because it teaches your kids artistic techniques, but then also helps them just free their creativity and keep them from getting bored and asking you for snacks, because that's what my 5-year-old does. And I love him dearly, but we're going broke. Sell more books. Just kidding. So we have different ways that you can do painting or cutting. You know, you can use a toothbrush or put tinfoil around your, I don't know what the tinfoil does, but if you read the page, it would show you. So this is a great book. We also have Never Get Bored Outdoors, and we have other books in this series as well. So there is plenty to do, from coloring, painting, sticker books, puzzle pads, and all kinds of things. So if you are looking for activities and you need some help with that, you can ask me as well. That's all I'm going to show you for tonight. Thank you so much for coming. And I am super, super excited for you guys to see the rest of the party. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys. Bye.